Got my boy, Jairzinho.
You can have him still. He's the same guy I thought beforehand. I never said he couldn't knock people out. He still sucks.
Died on that hill. I'm still alive. So he's better than Sakai. Fuck, come on.
I don't think so.
All right,
He has caught Sakai.
Whenever you're ready, you go ahead.
It's like 90% of MMA.
I don't know about that. Hello and welcome, everybody, to In the Guard. Hearing some of the little disagreements about the fighters in the main event
Mike's
yesterday.
drunk.
UFC Fight Night, Rosenstrike versus Sakai, Vegas 28. We can kind of tell who's backing who. I'm Mike.
I'm sober, Tony.
He's sober Tony, baby Biggie boy over there, his favorite fighter in the UFC. And that's where we're going to go ahead and start this podcast off, right? The main event of last night, the kind of bargain basement heavyweight night last night, right? Including this main event with Biggie boy Jairzinho Rosenstrike versus, I don't think he has a nickname, Augusto Sakai.
Augusto Sakai.
Yeah.
So why don't we start with what we agree on? Early stoppage.
I think it was an early stoppage for sure. I know there's kind of people going back and forth on there, but my argument is 1 second left in the fucking round. And this is kind of becoming a pattern for Biggie Boy. He's the best at almost knocking people out. Because I still think Alistair Overeem wasn't out in that fight. There's 3 seconds on the clock and the fight was over.
I think he was staring at the lights on the way. He hit the cage, woke back up.
He was standing up at a fight. And he knocked out. He was standing up.
Jairzinho out there handing out cleft lips.
He walked out. But there's 3 seconds left. Jairzinho's on the other side of the cage with 3 seconds left of a fight that Overeem still won that round. He still won that round.
Which shows how far he can leap. It's pretty impressive.
He ran away. He walked away. He wanted to walk off. If he didn't try to walk off, I guarantee that fight wouldn't have stopped.
You can definitely. There's an argument that Rosenstrike's been gifted too now.
Yeah,
because
especially this one's even worse.
Yeah, Sakai wasn't out.
No.
He was taking some big shots though, and he got up wobbly, but he probably should have survived the round, had some time to recover.
And then he might have
was going to lose.
Most likely lost in round 2, but we just saw Charles Oliveira last week bounce back after a crazy round like that. And early in the night, the common denominator here is Herb Dean.
Yeah.
He was in a fight we'll talk about later on in the card where he was letting old girl beat the fuck out of Ricci and did not want to stop that thing.
He wasn't ready to stop staring at that booty.
That must be what he liked the scene. Like Ricci had that fucking donkey donk going on, that triple C thick.
I'm gonna spend a little bit more time in the ring.
Yeah, he said, I don't want her to leave
girl,
just
survive,
yet.
girl, survive.
Sakai had bigger titties.
On his back.
Both sides. He got 4 of them. But, again, not really much to write home about.
But it was, very tentative, though. I kind of figured, we were talking about this. I'm like, I think Sakai's going to be tentative.
And then we know about the DraftKings situation. I was happy. Yeah. I was like, yes, let's be tentative for 5 rounds. Let's have a boring fucking main event.
I thought it would be a later knockout. I didn't think it was going to be a first-round knockout. I thought it could be maybe even a decision. I thought it was going to be slow.
I thought it was going to be a decision by Sakai with, again, not very eventful, but he just outpoints him because even in this fight, Rosenstrike wasn't throwing heavy, combinations like that.
But I think that's his problem. He knows it takes him 1. So he just sits back. Sometimes he waits too long.
Yeah, that definitely.
And then Ngannou too, though. No knock on that. Ngannou murders every fucking body.
One thing that we both agreed on, I don't think any one of these heavyweights on the card's ever gonna fight for a title.
No, they're not.
So we're kind of arguing over who's the best at the bottom tier of the rankings right now. Going forward, Rosenstrike. He called out Blades. Did he call out Blades? No, he called out a top 5 guy.
Yeah, a lot of people are saying he probably should fight Blades.
And let's see. I want to see Blades wrestle fuck him and shut him back up. Yeah. I don't think he is UFC caliber.
Yeah,
I really don't. He does have knockout power, but anytime he faces anybody that's any good, he gets fucking beat. Gane beat him. Overeem won that fight. I don't give a fuck what anybody says.
And we could see Gane just a more technical version of Rosenstrike. We can get the same thing out of Gane though. We don't know yet.
Gane is way sharper, way more value.
But he's kind of tentative
moves
too,
a lot better. They're both counter strikers, but they're not. That's again, Rosenstrike stands flat-footed and just throws haymakers, throws 1s and 2s. Where Gane throws combinations. Gane may not be a knockout artist.
Maybe Jairzinho will snap out of it. Who knows?
I don't know. He's 60 years old, man.
I think he's 32.
looks 60.
Well, let's move on to the next fight.
Yeah, let's go. Oh, this played out kind of how we
Another
expected it to.
Another heavyweight clash here. One on the rise with Marcin Tybura, and one kind of on the way out. And Walt Harris was sad. Everyone's kind of like the people's champion, right? Everybody wants to see some good for Walt Harris with all the bad stuff going on in his life.
Pulls at your heartstrings.
But he kind of lived up to what Walt Harris is. He is very dangerous for about a minute to 90 seconds. But if you survive that flurry, his gas is empty, and that's exactly what happened. Tybura weathered the storm, got rocked. You see his eye.
Yeah,
after
it
the
went
fight.
like how we thought it was gonna
His
go.
eye was fucked. He got rocked a few times. If you hit me one of those, I tweeted about that. If you hit me one of those, I'm going to fuck to sleep.
Yeah.
And Tybura took that shit, grappled him down on the ground, and got some ground and pound for that win in the first round.
Yeah, and he was just so composed. He's like, that's what Tybura's like. This is what I expect. I'm
Right.
gonna eat some shots, probably get rocked.
Yeah, I mean, Walt Harris is one of those guys. You know what's going to happen in that fight. He's going to come out like a bull. If you survive that first, again, 90 seconds or so, you are going to be able to win because he's going to have nothing left. And very similar, like style and MO as Greg Hardy. And we all saw what Tybura did to Greg Hardy. He survived the flurry and he rode him on top of some ground and pound. It's like the same thing happened.
Yeah, I mean, Tybura's gonna go in the top 10, right? I mean,
For sure. That's 4 in a row or 5 in a row.
I mean, it's something we're not
heavyweight.
talking about. I mean, I know Rosenstruik wants a top 5, but why not give Tybura and Rosenstruik?
What?
Or if you can give him Blades, that's cool too.
I would like to see Tybura fight the winner of Gane and Volkov. Especially, we don't know what's going on with Stipe and John. Like, one of those two are going to get the title shot after Lewis, right? That's going to be the next one. It's either going to be Stipe again for the trilogy, or it's going to be John when he finally signs on the dotted line. So the next 2 World Heavyweight Championship fights are decided.
Yeah.
So why not do the winner of Gane and Volkov?
Yeah, that's cool. I can get jiggy with that. And I think Walt Harris goes to the desk.
No, we caught about in the car ride on the way
Oh,
over here.
yeah.
Let's
Give him
go.
Greg
Hardy versus Walt Harris. One last
Yeah.
fight. Hopefully Walt Harris can
that'd
go
be
out
good.
with a win.
Yeah.
All right,
Keep
let's
it moving.
rolling.
This, not too much to fucking talk about in this fight.
This is all Mike's right here.
Fucking, I have been documented. Right, we have Roman Dolidze versus Pepe Laureano Staropoli. Documented on here. Went to bat for this guy hard. We all remember the Trevon Giles episode, right? Where I started saying, fuck everybody, fuck this. I've gone to bat for Roman Dolidze in my time. And it's to prove I am unbiased. This was the fucking worst performance I've ever seen in a victory in my life.
Yeah. You told me not to watch it, but you're like, I'm gonna go in.
And
on
I'm
the
a
podcast,
big-
so I'm like, I have to watch it.
I'm
now.
a Dolidze backer, right?
Yeah.
No, I wore that on my sleeve, right? Been backed him. All he did was wrap his arms around this motherfucker's waist and lay on the cage.
Yeah, it was a body lock trying to drag him to the ground the whole fight.
Oh,
well,
fuck.
I only made it through a round and a half, and I turned it off.
That's what happened. You saw it. You got it. If you saw the first 2 seconds, you
I'm
saw
good.
everything.
I got better
Everybody
things.
lost that fight.
I got
Yeah,
better things to
everybody
do with
lost.
my time.
Listen, normally Dolidze, you can bash him for fight IQ, right? Hunting heel hooks when he shouldn't do it, but at least he's hunting hooks to win the fight, right? To end the fight. I'm starting to question this guy's actual IQ. Like, I don't know. I don't know, like, what his reading level's at, because he just seems like he's just, I'm going to wrestle, I'm going to fight, I'm going to grapple, I'm the
Yeah.
best. Because I did not, like, it was just fucking,
It's pretty good, Georgian.
we got a lot of Georgians in the gym that we roll with, right? We at least got one of them that I kind of get the accent down a little bit. But again, he won on paper. But again, I am not gonna fucking waver on my boring grappling matches.
Well.
If you have a boring grappling fight, fuck you. So
Let's
Roman,
not do Dolidze any more favors. Let's move on.
yeah, get the fuck out of it. We spending more time than we need on this guy.
All right.
Oh, fight of the night.
Fight of the night, possibly fight of the year,
Great fight.
at least to this point, right?
Yeah, it's been a great fight.
Santiago
Ponzinibbio
And I was on,
versus Caramel Thunder Miguel Baeza.
I was like, what Ponzi were we going to get? And we got the good Ponzi, like he showed up, took the shots.
Yeah, I mean, Ponzinibbio, before his injury and layoff, was on a tear, right? It was like a huge fight win streak, going through that division, looking unstoppable. Then he has that big knee injury, he has to go through surgery, whatever. I guess he has some personal issues. I'm not sure what they were, but they keep talking about he had personal issues throughout the whole thing. And he comes back and he looks pretty fucking bad, right? Against Jingling, gets knocked out, looks slow, looks timid, looks like
But this is it. Like, people ain't giving Jingling no... Ling Jing Zhong Liang. Mike, man. Fuck. Here we are
Jingling.
casually jingling.
Jingling. Like, Jingling sounds a lot better.
Zhong Liang
Jingling.
is no slouch. I mean, he's a leech, right?
Jingling.
Ching has chonged its last time.
I didn't say ching chong. I said jingling, man. Now you're really gonna fucking get us canceled. But so he looked terrible in that fight, and it's not just about discounting what Lee did, right? he looked timid. He looked passive. It's one thing to lose a fight to anybody. You're in a cage. Both guys are getting paid. Anything can happen in a UFC fight. But Jingling got a gifted a win. Got gifted a win right there. So we didn't know what we were gonna get out of Ponzi coming into this fight. Although we're kind of, this guy's a live dog. We knew he was a live dog. Yeah. We knew what was in that tank. Versus a very good fighter, and Miguel Baeza was undefeated at this point. Could grapple. Never really gets to show us grappling because of his good striking and knocking people out.
Yeah.
And a Chris striker who's on the rise.
Looked very good in the first round.
And I still think he has a bright future.
Ponzi's in store for a rough night, but
then
I almost thought Baeza won a round and a half and Ponzi won the back 1.5. It was interesting.
Again, I bet Baeza. I had him. I picked him. I was really behind him, but I definitely think Ponzinibbio won this fight.
And the total strikes were that much of a difference.
It just came the flurry, especially that third round.
Yeah,
he
put it on.
He ended by knocking his fucking mouthpiece off at the time expired. Yeah. So that's the last image you give those judges. Like, you're gonna win that.
If you watch any fight on the card, definitely watch that one.
Like it was. I love the bash judges. I really don't have a really big qualm with any judges' decisions there. There's kind of one iffy one we'll talk about a little bit later, but they got this one right for sure. Again, when I'm gonna bash you, I'll bash you. But if you deserve credit, I'll give it to you. The judges got this one right. Yeah. Ponzi deserved this win. And going forward, it's time to give him some top 10 type guys. Put him
back in the mix.
I saw something floating out there that really fucking wet my whistle, got me excited. Ponzinibbio versus Vicente Luque. Let's go for that. We're gonna see this part 2, this type of fight. Whereas Baeza, he still has a bright future. I still wouldn't write him off.
Yeah.
So maybe we'll see what's going on with that Bilal Muhammad fight. Right. I like to see it. Baeza.
If Bilal wins, he's too far out for Baeza.
I don't know. I don't know about that because I think
Bilal wins. He definitely.
Who do you think's better, Bilal or Santiago? Who's
Santiago.
Better right. So the numbers are make believe.
Bilal's
right?
well rounded, but I don't think he's graded. Anyway.
We know Dana just makes these numbers up on a whim, right? He made Hamzat ranked out of nowhere for no reason. So I would like to see Baeza versus. I think Bilal is going to end up beating Maya. I think that's what's going to happen, and I would like to see that.
Yeah.
All right, let's keep it rolling.
Fight of the night before this.
Yeah, this is another good one too, just because of lack of defense. We had RoboCop,
just kill or be killed for the most part.
AKA the Brazilian Obama, versus Dustin Poirier's little brother, Dusko
Our big brother.
Well, he's younger.
No, he's younger. He's
sometimes little brother's bigger than big brother, right?
Dusko Thunder Todorovic, is this new?
I think so.
Yeah, that's a recent development.
Both guys, big, heavy strikers.
Close fight.
And I'm surprised that Dusko had that many total strikes over him. I felt like Rodriguez. I was struck him watching the fight live. I know we were kind of talking about it. We were tweeting back and forth.
Dude, back and forth, man.
Back and forth going. I thought of all the exchanges. Dusko had his moments for sure. Rodriguez definitely got the better of those. I agree with the judge's decision that Gregory won this fight on short notice, which is awesome against a guy like Dusko. Now he's got 2 in a row on his loss.
Yeah.
But I don't think they're bad losses. I don't think either one's a bad loss.
No, and he's an entertaining fighter. He fights. He's not boring you like some of these other guys that are winning boring fucking entertainment value decisions.
What worries me about him is the mental aspect of once you lose that 0. Right? Some people, Baeza just lost.
He's young, though.
We'll just see what happens with Baeza, right? He just lost a 0. How does he bounce back for that? Some people, they lose that 0 on their fucking loss record, and they never recover from it. So, again,
a sport like this, I mean,
you lose to Soriano, who's not a battle. He can knock anybody out, and a guy like Dusko who leaves his chin out there. That's a dream matchup for Soriano, right? Versus Gregory Rodriguez, a late second replacement that could really fuck with your goddamn head. I mean, hopefully he's working. He's working at Sanford? Is it Sanford he trains at?
Yeah, but also at the same time, it's like you still have not a lot of time to prepare for that opponent. Yeah, they don't have a lot of time to prepare, but neither do you. But this guy's not out of shape by no means.
But he's fought three times in like 17 days or some stupid fucking number. It's fucking crazy.
Maybe that helps. You're mentally fit. Like you're mentally fit. Right?
Yeah, but if somebody does it like, oh, you're wearing yourself thin. It's one of those things like hindsight is.
Well, he just fucked up the last dude, right? Pretty quick.
No,
so I mean, it was a quick payday.
Again, he fucking shows he can fight, but still, you're cutting weight, you're going through a lot of shit. Versus a guy who's been preparing for one fight, and you knew it was going to come.
You got to think how much of it's mental. And we're going to talk about. Well, maybe we're not going to talk about that shit in a bit with Tom Breeze, but I mean, like, there's a lot of it that's a mental battle too, right? You stepped in that cage 3 times in 17 days.
Don't you think Dusko kind of got the fight he wanted? That's kind of the fight he wanted to have, and he lost it. It didn't look terrible, but he got the fight he wanted out of his last second replacement, and he lost that fight.
Especially that was his first UFC debut, Gregory Rodriguez.
He fought in the Contender Series, so I guess that doesn't count as a debut.
Yeah.
But Yeah, so going forward, I don't know if Rodriguez is here to stay or not, where they're gonna do it. I'm pretty sure he's gonna be on the short list.
I'm sure they'll keep him. Maybe one. Shit.
He's definitely gonna be on the short list for sure. One thing that's a good opponent. Where Dusko, it's time to maybe go back to the drawing board a little bit.
He's got one more shot, probably. He'll probably give him one more shot.
He's got to shore up that defense.
Yeah.
And that's as big as he can hit, but he gets hit. I kind of put that tweet out there with the whole Colin Farrell's bullseye. That's what it kind of looks like in that cage. So, again, both these guys are relatively young. He may look 75 years old, but he's only 29. So Rodriguez has a future. He looks like our 44th president.
Down there in Brazil? What's in the water?
A little bit, doesn't he?
Well, my fellow Americans.
All right, first card of the main.
Yeah, the kickoff
first fight
kind of went exactly Montana De La Rosa versus Ariane.
I think Lipski's got to change her name because she's no longer the queen of violence.
The lack of takedown defense.
She's been fucked up twice in a row now. Grapple fucked.
Yeah, I mean,
that's all we're getting out of it.
She's been exposed, right? Montana De La Rosa has a huge wrestling pedigree. Wrestled in high school, was like all-American level, super high level.
Jiu-jitsu, yeah.
Went to jiu-jitsu, kind of martial arts her life.
Husband's a mixed martial
Lipski,
artist.
I think she was like, was she an LFA champion or Invicta champion? She was
one
of the lower level champions.
Yeah.
Very good striker. Like
Muay Thai is.
But when you get to the UFC, you got to well round that game. And if you're gonna have one like dominant, it better be grappling. Because the grappler is going to get a hold of you, and they're going to negate all that striking that you got. And that's what Montana De La Rosa did. We both were on Montana in this fight, and all like our bets and straight up picks, DraftKings.
So were the odds.
Yeah,
minus 305 to plus
230.
Right. It was just because of Lipski's takedown defense. It was exposed by Antonina Shevchenko, who's not a grappler.
Yeah.
That really raised my eyebrows. At, this is a perfect fight for Montana De La Rosa.
We saw what happened to her too,
and she instantly went straight, got that takedown. Cut her early with some ground and pound. It really looked a lot like the Esparza fight a couple weeks ago versus was it Jan? Yeah, where she just fucking took her down, basically crucifixed her for 2 rounds and beat the hell out of her. So I don't know if Lipski plans on working on her grappling because it doesn't look like there was any improvement.
She said that's what she said they were doing in camp. They were working a lot of wrestling.
And then it's hard to learn. The wrestling's fucking hard.
Because she can't get it in Brazil, the same type of wrestling. But you can't. Like, De La Rosa's been doing this for fucking whole life. Like, you're not going to bridge that gap.
And you're not going to do it in 3 months.
Not in 3 months.
No way. I mean, we do our wrestling training. It's not fucking fun.
It takes
it's hard.
a while.
It's a whole new muscle group going, especially when you're used to being in a Muay Thai stance. But, again, we'll talk about it in a fight later. You see how Menon was able to use that Muay Thai clinch to kind of defend the takedowns. That's somebody needs to talk to her about doing that.
Well, it's just like, I mean, think about how hard it is to defend a takedown when you know it's coming.
Right.
Like, we just trained on Friday takedown. Like, I knew you were going to try to take me. I still couldn't stop it.
I'm a little bit bigger than you.
Yeah, but at the same time, you get what I'm saying. Like, when you're in the ring, though, also when you see there's fucking 8 other things you're worried about at one time, right? Like,
and it's just so hard, like when you're so used to being heavy on that foot in your Muay Thai, to change that up.
Yeah.
So I think she's gonna have a huge problem. If UFC really likes her, put her in there with a fucking striker her next fight to get her a win.
They need to give her like Sabina Mazo.
Yeah, do not.
Because Mazo's off a loss. Give her Sabina. What's that, the same weight class?
Yeah, do not give her another fucking grappler. If Dana White gives Ariane Lipski another grappler, he hates her. He hates her fucking guts because she can't stop that. And where Montana, she had to draw her last
she probably
fight
friend
Silva,
She
right?
probably friend zoned him.
Yeah.
Make her fight grapplers.
She didn't give up the Rousey.
Yeah.
But De La Rosa, she had to draw that last fight against Buena Silva, right, with the fence grab?
Yeah.
So
but Buena Silva put it on her.
Yeah. So maybe run that fight back. Who's Buena Silva fighting?
I don't know.
I haven't seen any announcements for her, have you? But again, she's looking good. She's looking good in that fight. Anytime somebody gets a finished victory, especially in the women's division, you can look at her.
Yeah.
Well, all right, let's move to the undercard.
Another one we kind of went. It's expected.
The hat trick. Not that expected. Hat trick of lower class heavyweights, where the sledgehammer, Alir, I'm really a 205er Latifi versus probably should be a 205er Tanner the Bulldozer Bozer.
Yeah, so like I was kind of on Latifi. I think he was going to grapple him, and I didn't know how good Tanner's wrestling was going to be. First round was actually pretty close, I thought, to be honest with you. Like I wouldn't have been mad if you gave that first round to Bozer, but I get it giving it to Latifi. Right. Like Bozer was getting him on the feet, like Latifi took him down, held him down for a bit in that like side control, or 100 kilos, but the second round, Bozer almost finishes the fight. Right. I don't think it was enough for a 10-8.
No.
I wouldn't be mad if somebody said 10-8, but I said 10-9, and then obviously Latifi comes out and dominates the third.
Well, here's where I saw this fight going. I knew it was going the distance because I didn't think Bozer had the power to finish Latifi. Yeah. Derek Lewis couldn't do it.
Yeah.
Right. Derek Lewis hits fucking hard as anybody in the world. And Latifi lasted 3 rounds with him.
Well, did you see the punch that rocked Latifi? It was just a short fucking right
It's the one you don't see.
It was a knuckle in the eye.
It's the one you don't see.
Yeah.
I
don't think it rocked him. I think it just
he got the eye poke and it took him off and it kind of left him up because he kind of wanted the eye poke. He went to the ref to try to get that call.
Yeah, but it was a closed fist. Like they showed it.
Well, a closed fist can go in there. You could feel like an eye. You can't see it, but you can feel it. You know. Boser, he had that big knockout against Felipe Lins, right? Mm-hmm. And from that moment, people thought he's a knockout artist. He's really not. He's a point striker.
I thought he was a good fighter. I thought he was going to be very well-rounded.
He's a good
quick
point
heavyweight.
striker.
Yeah,
that's why you watched that fight. Him and Gon kind of fucking outpointed him in that fight. But he is not a heavy hitter. Yeah. He really isn't. And so I knew this would probably go the distance. And Latifi, it had the grappling edge, and it all depends who's sitting in that chair. When it's who the value, obviously he outstruck him, and we knew that would happen. He's a better striker than Latifi. Mm-hmm. Latifi would have more power, but be a better grappler. So the refs decided on a split decision too that Latifi got that win by decision, which I went back and forth. Me and Tony kind of talk about who we're going to officially put for our picks throughout the whole week. I went back and forth between this one more than any fight I've done in a long time because I knew it would be going the distance, and I was like, what are the judges going to like more? They're going to like the grappling Latifi, or are they going to like Boser's feet? And they went with.
Latifi landed some big shots of his own on the feet too.
Well, the power, but the numbers, almost 2-1. He doubled them up in strikes, and the ground control was there. And Latifi's a short dude, but he's a thick motherfucker. Kind of in the build of kind of DC, but a little bit more muscle. Yeah, a little bit more muscle than DC. Obviously not the grappler. Another thing that kind of made me lean Latifi, I didn't actually pick him because I was trying to pick up ground, and I tried to pick my spots to pick up ground. I thought this is a 50-50 fight.
See, I never know with you. I don't know if Mike's if he truly believes these people are going to win, or he's just trying to
if it's distance. I thought this was a 50-50 fight that was going to go the distance, and then who are the judges going to pick?
I said the whole Sakai thing. I'm like, is this motherfucker trolling me? Is he honestly?
No, I fucking legit. It's more my disdain for Jair Rosenstrike. I don't think that guy deserves to be in the UFC. But a guy like Latifi, his main sparring partner his whole life's been Alexander Gustafsson, right? Yeah. And
they got Kamzat now, yeah.
And Boser is not a better striker than Gustafsson.
No.
So I knew he'd be able to weather. I thought he'd be able to weather that storm, and he did for the split decision. I know people were trying to yell robbery on there. I love to yell robbery when I get that chance, but this wasn't a robbery.
Wasn't a robbery.
It was a close fight, and the judges favored the grappling over the striking.
Let's keep it going.
Yeah, there's another good one coming.
That's another fun fight.
Francisco.
The ageless wonder.
What does Masaranduba in fucking Brazil mean? Like ancient snake or something?
Fountain of youth. The fountain of youth was the king of Kung Fu.
The snake in the Garden of Eden.
And I am shocked by those numbers that. Oh no, it is Salikov, right? No. Fucking Trinaldo outstruck him.
So Trinaldo was still in heat, man.
It did not seem like he outstruck him. I guess because the bombs were bigger.
Yeah.
And now I'm a little bit more shocked that Salikov got that decision looking at these numbers.
Only 11 significant. That can't be right, man. Let's go to ESPN.
It did not seem like that watching the fight. But, again, this is a back-and-forth fight. Salikov rocked Ronaldo a few times.
Several times. Each round he rocked him. I was like, oh, shit.
Tony's like, he's going to knock him out.
I was like, he's going shadow realm in a second.
I was like, it's not going to happen. Ronaldo's never been knocked out in his life. He's 40-something years old. Usually,
so ESPN has it much different.
Right.
1 knockdown, 71 total strikes to 51 in favor of Salikov.
That seems more accurate.
62 significant strikes to 39 in favor of Salikov.
That seems way more accurate by
what
I watched on the screen.
He threw way more than 11 significant. That shit's fucked up. UFC, you guys need to fucking fire
Their website
whoever.
is fucking terrible. Terrible for a company that's billions of dollars.
Right.
You built an island to fight on, but you can't get a fucking website?
Who's running this shit?
I mean, they should have a team of people running their fucking website.
This is ridiculous.
I was like, man, watching that fight, I felt like Salikov outstruck him. Like, he was one-sided almost in strike. And that's kind of was. But Trinaldo was game the whole fight, stand up, answered every call.
And he had 2 takedowns, Salikov. They gave him no takedowns.
Right.
God.
So again, Muslim deserved this fucking victory for sure. He's fast. He was the faster striker and the more precise for sure.
But again, I was very impressed with Trinaldo, man.
He's coming down a 4-fight win streak. Yeah. You know, he's up there in age, but this guy can't be finished.
I don't think he can be finished.
His head looks 65, but his body looks 25, right?
If this was Mortal Kombat, you would fuck the controls because you can't finish him.
Right.
Like, there's no way.
This or UFC. UFC 4, I'd be pissed. I'd be fucking
like, how is he not knocked the fuck out, man?
But yeah, going forward, I don't know how much that Trinaldo really has left. As far as you're 40-something years old. I mean, he doesn't look bad, but how many more fights do you get at that age? Yeah. Whereas a guy like Muslim's kind of on the rise.
But he's older too, though. I think he's in his early to late 30s.
Right. And this is where we at. This is 170.
King
170,
of
right?
Kung Fu.
170. Yeah.
You gotta give him a ranked person.
Yeah. What the fuck does Masa Randuba mean? I gotta look this shit up.
I mean, and if not, I know I try to pair him up with Bilal, but a Ponzinibbio, a Muslim fight might be fun.
Masa Randuba is just a municipality in Brazil, like a city.
He's a name after the city. Okay. He runs that fucking shit. That's why. Look at that guy. He looks like a fucking mayor.
They're known for their wood.
Yeah, they got that stiff dick.
Killing those pygmies to make fucking office desks for the rich.
Moving on.
Next
We
fight.
got Mr. Finland, a.k.a. the greatest tapology picture of all time.
Mr. I have no
Makwan-
gas tank.
Makwan Amirkhani versus Kwamela Kirk in a fight that I don't know how. This
He's
fight was
like
very
the fucking Finnish Tony Montana, kind of that picture he's got.
Yeah, the most interesting man ever. If you haven't seen that Makwan Amirkhani tapology page picture, you need to see it. You need to go out of your way to look. He's in a suit, got the bow tie opened up, chest opened up, like 5 chicks around him in it. It's the funniest fucking shit of all time. Great wrestler versus Kwamela Kirk, who another short notice fighter. Spent some time on the Contender Series. He fought Billy Q in that fight. And I kind of like Kirk going there. He's actually was kind of like the sexy pick, the sexy underdog pick of the week, coming in there because of that. Whereas Amirkhani, we kind of talked about this during the week too. I told you he kind of shits the bed.
His gas tank is
and
so
today
bad.
he shit the bed. He had some moments.
I mean, but you could say he could have won the fight. Like,
yeah, for sure.
Somebody gave it 30-27 Kirk, and I'm like, what?
Because each round was really close.
Yeah,
every round was close. And when you're fighting a short notice guy and you let it be that close, making his debut, you deserve to lose. You're a guy. You just came off a fight with Edson Barbosa. You fought, Shane Burgos. You fought the cream of the crop at featherweight, and you let this guy come off the couch and beat your ass.
Lazy,
right? And he looked gassed. He looked gassed from the start. His wrestling was better. He's a better wrestler. Kirk had the jiu-jitsu background, which is funny. Watching film on Kirk, I noticed his striking more than anything. He puts combinations together. He liked to be on his feet. I didn't see too much of jiu-jitsu game, but we saw it come into play in this fight for sure.
Yeah.
Which also made me kind of think that Amirkhani would not be able to sub him because of his knowledge of the grappling game. And Kirk just stated it, and I think the third round he won for sure. Like he definitely took that over. And Amirkhani, I don't know, like maybe you should go to modeling or something, man. You got that down.
Why not?
Be James Bond.
Yeah,
you could be the next fucking James Bond.
You'd be like a James Bond villain.
I don't know, man. It's fucking 2021. Why can't he be James Bond?
He looks like a fucking good villain to me.
Why? He's brown.
Whoa, bro! What? Mr. Freeze isn't brown. He's blue. Come on. Yeah.
So I don't know going for it. Again, Kirk came in on short notice. Look good. Maybe you see a Billy Q fight. Bring that back. That was a fun fight in the Contender Series.
Why not? Keep it moving.
Keep it moving.
My heartbreak of the night kind of ruined my DK lineups.
All right, this is a fucking piece of shit. And again, what the fuck? There was no way 66-37. What? Mason Jones beat the fuck out of Alan Patrick.
He beat the brakes off of Alan Patrick.
He was knocked out in round 1, but Chris Taglioni does not stop fighting around. Yeah. You have to murder. So you have to be he'd be a good MFL ref.
Yeah, Mike's Fight League ref.
He'd be a good Mike's Fight League ref because Taglioni does not stop a fight.
Is he dead? Then why are you stopping the fight?
He's breathing. Because Mason Jones beat the fuck out of Alan Patrick in round 1, busted him open, covered both of his eyes basically. In round 2 was doing more of the same.
Yeah, he's giving in the biscuits and gravy.
What fight were they fucking watching?
Yeah, I don't know.
What the hell? This is the worst. Accidentally pokes him in the eye.
Yeah.
Legit was an accidental poke guy. There's no bullshit in that.
And he quit.
The doctor comes in, asks you, can you see?
Right away, no.
And no. And I was like, yeah, you can't see because he shut your other fucking eye with a fist.
Yeah.
In the first round, your eye was closed over from those punches. And he's
like, I see a way out and I can still get paid.
But he does not get.
He's going to win bonus.
So he wouldn't have got it if he stayed in the fight. He might have had the win bonus. It doesn't make any sense.
But then he knew he wasn't going to win, so why keep getting the shit beat out of you?
You got 0 chance versus 1%.
Plus, he's almost, 40 years old?
Yeah, so your last fight, you better give everything you got for that win bonus.
He didn't want it. I hate to say that about people, but I just had that feeling like he just wanted his way out.
No, that's exactly what happened, but it doesn't make any fucking sense.
Yeah.
It doesn't make no sense at all.
But Mason Jones, he did what we thought he was going to do. This guy looks good, man. I like him.
Looks good for sure. He really
tough as nails.
He's well rounded. You didn't really see it too much in this fight. Well, but he can wrestle you. He can grapple with you. He was a double champ in Cage Warriors.
The dude wants to fight. He goes and he fights.
Yeah,
he's not trying to comfortably win.
He was a champ.
Yeah.
So he's got it, but he had a great debut. Lost a tough fight with
Mike Davis.
Mike
Who put on
Davis.
probably a really, really good performance.
Yeah,
from Mike
that
Davis,
was that Wednesday afternoon card.
Yeah.
Over in Abu Dhabi. Mason Jones, I would just whatever you had planned for him with a win, go there.
Yeah.
Like he does. That's a win for him. I don't care what the scorebook says, what the history says. He beat the fuck out of Alan Patrick.
Mm-hmm.
All right, let's keep rolling.
Keep it going. Man.
Manon
Fiorot.
Fiorot. The Beast is a great name versus
Yeah.
Baby Shark Tabitha Ricci. Another two.
Mm-hmm. She had a nice little summer. She's like,
Yeah.
baby shark. Did
she do that?
Ain't nothing baby about that booty, though.
Yeah, she's like full grown. Look, you see it there.
Yeah.
Look at that shit. Fucking, look at that. Look at that shelf.
Man.
Tap on it.
Give Kardashians a run for that.
But she took the fight on 2 days' notice, 3 days' notice.
Yeah.
Mariah,
and she was game for a bit.
Listen, Tabitha Ricci has a future, right?
Bring her back.
She is
Swing a look
big
at
booty side. She is friends and training partner with another nice booty in UFC, Mackenzie Dern, who's a fucking monster. We all know how much we love Mackenzie Dern in that cage. She was undefeated. She was probably on her way to the UFC. I don't know what the fuck her team had in mind putting her in this fight, knowing that she's going up a weight class, giving like almost a foot in height. Who knows how much weight when they stepped in that cage against a fucking killer like Manon Fiorot. I am a huge fan of Manon. She debuted on that Wednesday morning card in Abu Dhabi, knocked the fuck out of, was it Victoria Lombardo?
Yeah.
She beat her.
Victor Leonardo.
Leonardo, yeah, Ninja Turtle.
Ninja Turtle pizza.
She kind of built like one too. She got fucking kicked right in the goddamn head and put her to sleep. This girl is violent. She is vicious. She is the French Bullet.
Yeah.
The French Bullet is her new name.
Yeah, well, I don't know what fight Herb Dean was watching, because he was letting her get fucking murdered.
Yeah, Ricci's was game. She tried to get her grappling going. We kind of talked about it with what I was talking about with Lipsky. Anytime Ricci tried to go for that shot, because she is really big judo black belt, BJJ black belt. If that fight got to the floor, she might have had a shot.
But I thought Ricci did a pretty decent job of closing distance and getting some strikes in.
Yeah, and when but every time she was trying to strike the grapple. That's what she wanted to do, like make her path. But Manon did that, fucking clinched and shoved her off. She had that teak kick, right? Also too to keep her push her back. Manon is sharp.
Too, yeah.
A year or two from now, I'm really would like to see her and fucking Valentina.
I think on the feet she gives Valentina probably trouble.
Yeah, let her get some grappling
ground
work.
game will be the difference for sure.
But it'll be a fun fucking fight to watch. So that being said, I want to see Manon against Valentina's sister.
I want to see Ricci come back and fight strawweight.
Yeah, fight strawweight for sure. Give her Watterson.
What about that Brianna Buren chick? She's like short too. She's like 5'1". Give her the bull.
Right. I mean,
battle of the 5'1" hotties.
I'm in. Like put her in that strawweight division because I think she does some damage down there. Honestly.
Yeah.
Cool. Let's keep
That's a
rolling.
long card. We're still going here.
No cancellations. Right.
Well, other than Breeze shit in the bag.
Oh, yeah, we didn't even talk about it. We'll talk about
that was the fight because I was 7-5.
Yeah.
Breeze doesn't count.
I just took that off. I just didn't count.
So 7-5.
So we have Sean Woodson, the sniper, aka Dalsim, versus Youssef Zalal, the Moroccan Devil. We both were we liked Zalal in this fight. We thought the grappling would come into play.
Born ready. St.
It
Louis.
says because that alone would prevent me from betting on him. Anybody who would get that tattoo on their fucking stomach.
Jody's
it's
got
so
some tough
terrible.
criteria, man.
Look at this.
You're getting young Jody's money over there.
is the haven of bad tattoos.
Who
was it that had that terrible Johnny Cash tattoo?
I don't know, but there's like a doesn't Darren Till have a pretty
but there's one he was really, really fat.
Brock's tattoos were all terrible.
Is it,
but they kind of like fit in.
No, it's
Sabrow? No. Alan something. Yeah, I know what you're talking about. Yeah.
Belcher.
Alan Belcher.
Alan Belcher.
The words, you got Brock's fucking dick in the throat.
Yeah.
There's some terrible tattoos in MMA, so he fits right in. Sean Woodson, crazy body type for fucking featherweight division.
Weird,
he's like
man.
6 foot tall.
He's all legs and arms.
His reach is almost as long as John Jones's.
Yeah.
John Jones has like a 2-inch reach advantage of him only. Going against guys who are small. Youssef Zalal had the grappling advantage. Woodson, taking down the fence looked a lot better in this fight than it has been in the past. He's been able to get up in his past.
Yeah.
But he actually was able to stop the takedowns with Zalal. Zalal, I think, strategy was great. Execution was pretty bad. A lot of times he'd have those takedowns, and I think even Bisping brought it up and Dominic brought it up. He was trying to lift him, and a guy with limbs that long that lifted, you got to kind of do the C-step.
Well, the way he can also like stretch out those limbs, he can't lock the hands.
So you got to bend the knee and C-step. You get that body lock in, go to that side squat into the drop. There's a bunch of.
And you see he got tired towards the end.
Some Kesakatamis in there, all kinds of shit you can throw in there. You should be throwing.
But I didn't think Zalal was doing bad on the feet for the most part. Like he had his moments, but but Woodson found his stride.
Well, Woodson boxing background, right? Was on track to be a good pro boxer. I guess he had a crazy accident, which I don't get how like an accident stops you from being a boxer, but you're able to fucking do MMA. You think it would be easier to be a boxer, right?
Yeah, I don't know.
You got to move still.
Maybe it has something to do with like timing and shit. I don't know.
But whatever. You can see it. His hands are fucking good. His hands are really, really good. And with that reach, he's dangerous. Just because it's hard to get down, especially in the guys he's fighting. They're all going to be shorter than him. They're all going to have a reach advantage, a huge one. And with his crisp striking, he edged out a close victory.
Especially if he can keep it on the feet. Yeah.
Right. I wish I could just destroy fucking the judges. It's all right.
I broke my microphone.
But Woodson definitely
get off the sauce, bro.
Woodson was able to piece him up with that, using that range.
Cokes.
Got tired trying to take him down, and then you could definitely see which you can't blame.
Tired, discouraged, maybe.
Wrestling's fucking hard, and if you're
fucking shit, 2 minutes, I'm wore out.
If you're going for a shot, you don't get it. It's just like throwing a punch, right? If you land a heavy punch, it's great. If you miss it, you get gas.
It's mentally draining too.
Right?
It's like, God damn it.
And going for it again. Zalal had a fucking momentum rolling his way. Now it's 3 straight losses. I don't know.
And it sucks because it's like Zalal's not bad.
No. He's had some tough matchups. We'll see what goes on with Tapuria and Hall. But Tapuria kind of got him. Yeah. The last fight was it Choi?
I think so.
I was big on Choi in that fight. I told you. And Zalal came out with the right strategy, the right attitude in this fight. It just wasn't enough today.
It's almost like you think Zalal's good. I think he's got a high ceiling, but maybe he's just too overconfident. Like he's good at like everything, but he's not like great.
Maybe he's fighting too much.
Maybe.
He's young.
They said this was his longest training camp, and it was 7 weeks.
Yeah, he's really young. If he takes a good 8 to 10 months off and just trains, and then doesn't do a fight camp, trains, picks up skills, drills, all that stuff, he can learn a lot still and then come back. If I was him, I would not fight again until the end of the year.
Yeah, he needs to take some time off.
Take some time off, train.
He's trying to be a company man. You gotta.
Well, I mean, and that's kind of the new thing in UFC. This fight all the time, right? There used to be 1-2 fights. And I guess obviously with the pay, then we've all been documented. You got to keep fighting to get paid. Yeah. But if you're not getting win bonuses, you're probably not making that much motherfucking money. Yeah. You might be losing money with all that shit you got to do.
Well, and then you further extrapolate that if you are getting win bonuses, it's likely you're having some highlight reels being put out there, which is going to further your celebrity, get you paid more money. So like it's a snowball effect, you know.
But these guys are giving a lot of money to other people too.
He's a fucking loss or 2 away from Bellator.
Yeah.
I
don't know. I think him being such a young talent, they'd be wise to hang on him. Maybe they come up to him. Where
do you put him though?
Maybe they have some talent, managers that are just like, look, like you're saying, dude, take some fucking time off. You got talent. Take some time off.
I mean, Woodson's not bad, but where do you go down?
But then again, not everybody's a Joaquin Buckley got a job at the Walgreens, bro. some people, this is their fucking thing. That's it. Right. And like we were talking about earlier, it's like you're paying your managers percentages. You're flying all of your team to where they need to be. You're paying them a percentage of your win or bonus. Hey. All of your meals planning, all that shit. Like you're not making that much.
Charles Oliveira said out of those $50,000 bonuses he's got, the biggest he's ever got was 12,000 of it. So, and that's one of the top level.
And then what's his show? What's his show? Like 20-30?
Yeah.
So that's $40,000.
Now he'll start to get points as a main eventer and as a champion.
He even said that in that interview. Is that like, listen, my life is likely to change and things are likely to get better.
This is a guy who's well known, right? Been ranked forever, 20-something wins, 20-something
most wins or most finishes. Or
that's what I'm happy for that guy, man.
And like he's still like living like us,
right?
Like he's making car payments, he's making he's renting.
Got that Honda CRV.
Yeah. He's fucking renting everything. So like that's crazy.
Yeah, you watch. What do you watch the embedded videos? He's like, they're in the fucking slums.
So what do you think Zalal's making is what I'm saying.
Well, and then on top of that, he was saying like the transfer rate of money from
Brazil to
U.S. to the shekel or whatever.
And depending like if he fights like in California. Right. That gets eaten. Huge tax.
It's the most expensive state in the country.
And then he's going to have to carry his family a little bit too. I'm sure it's brother, sisters, mother's, cousins.
For sure. So again, something like that, that's why people are fighting so much.
But he's been able to do it because of the value system that he has, right? Like he's not too concerned about all those riches and shit.
Well,
we'll see what happens now.
Yeah. Well, not only that, like probably that money, $12,000 probably goes a lot longer in Brazil than it does here.
Of course.
Right.
4 times as long.
Yeah.
All right, I think
The
the kickoff of the night.
You were pretty much accurate with this.
Monkey
Yeah,
King.
okay. This was two very young guys that have good grappling games between El Nino, Claudio Puelles, or Puelles, what are they saying?
Puelles.
And the Monkey King, Jordan Leavitt. I was not falling for the Jordan Leavitt hype, right? He won in the Contender Series. He's got a great grappling game. His striking is worse than mine. His striking game.
Well, he even said
he's terrible.
I just wing it.
It's Chase Hooper bad. It is not.
But
good.
even like his grappling was like it was
Slow,
okay.
slow.
But it was like watching like
I will roll with him and not be afraid.
Yeah, it's like
I will roll with him and not be afraid.
he didn't have an answer for the single leg.
So
He
that
just accepted
being said, he was a huge favorite in this fight versus a guy who's almost the same thing as him but bigger. Right, Puelles a little bit better of a striker, right, a little bit sharper.
But Puelles was a great scrambler,
right, and just as good as a grappler.
Yeah.
So I thought, maybe we got some fool's gold in Jordan Leavitt. He fought Matt Wyman, who was 700 years old. It was a freak slam victory that we didn't really get to see a fight.
It's like the Andrade Thug Rose.
Right, we didn't really get to see a fight happen.
Yeah.
So I was really big on Puelles in this fight. I ended up picking him. I picked him heads up. I laid some cash on him. I showed you that. I went to the decision. Pretty much called this fight all the way through. And Puelles was in a display. Even Bisping and Cruz were joking around. And the slowest grappling you ever see lightweights have.
They were moving slow as fuck.
Both these guys have a long way to go.
Yeah.
They both have a long way to go. But the good news is they're both pretty young.
Yeah.
Puelles is only 25. I think Lord Levitt's like 20-something years old too, right?
He's not old.
So they both have a lot of growth to go. They're just not there yet. These guys probably should not be fighting the UFC right now, though.
No, you
They
could probably skip
They were
it.
the first fight on the prelim.
skip-
Not
you could
too
skip
many
it.
people.
They should probably be in like LFA though. They should be working still. I mean, they should be pro fighters for sure, but like they're not ready. Like that lightweight division too. Like imagine them going against a guy like Charles Oliveira. It would be fucking.
No, I don't want to.
Imagine them going against Cowboy Cerrone. He's fucking them up
eat
too.
them up too.
Right.
Yeah.
So like, they got some work to do.
All right. Well, so how were our DraftKings? I know Mike was sitting pretty for a while there.
I had a very good night, DraftKings and whiskey and wagers all together. It was a really, really good day for me. First, we'll start off with our rankings, right? We do these every week. Our 9K, right? The highest option, most expensive people on there. There was actually 6 of them, but one of them got washed away in Tom Breeze, which we didn't talk about. Tom Breeze decided he wanted to make the walk again.
His anxiety maybe struck him.
They didn't tell us exactly what it was. He's done this before where he has very bad anxiety. He didn't walk out against Kevin Holland.
Yeah.
And they said for medical reasons he didn't walk this time. So we don't know.
Yeah, and it's
what
nothing
it
you
was.
just want to joke about. Like that's a serious issue. If you're
But
having anxiety attacks and shit,
you
you need to
probably shouldn't
readdress
fight.
your career.
And you probably shouldn't fight. Like, and I'm not saying you can't. He's a good fighter. He
he's
is.
great.
When he
He's
makes it in that
great.
fucking cage, he's good.
Yeah.
But he's having trouble making those walks.
And I get it. That's not a fucking easy job to clock into.
No,
You
not
know?
at all. I talk shit about this and that.
Yeah.
I talk about that, but I respect anybody that walks in that cage. I'll make some jokes about anybody though. But if you are really having that much trouble make that walk, I think it's time to kind of reassess.
This hasn't been a while. It's happening to him.
Yeah, I've never seen somebody not make 2 walks. I've
Yeah.
never seen that before.
Let's get it addressed.
Yeah, what do you think Dana's going to do? He's going to
Right.
be like,
How could you book that guy again?
Yeah, no, they're gonna cut.
And he's not like fighting some monster. Antonio Arroyos was a fucking very beatable guy.
0-1, second appearance coming into the UFC.
Yeah, so clear path to victory.
Yeah.
Right. So we're gonna go to our 9Ks that actually made the walk. We both really like. We're in agreements 100% on this. Montana De La Rosa as our highest option due to the grappling advantage between Lipsky, and that played out just like we thought it was. She was the highest 9K option that made the points. We both like Mason Jones second, which would have paid off if he didn't get screwed over.
He would have got a second round finish.
Because he was beating the fuck out of that guy.
He was going
that
over
kind of got
100.
washed out. We thought Americani third. We thought maybe he'd get a sub victory. He ended up scoring 46. If he got the win, maybe that bonus might have kicked him up a little bit higher. Muslims Salikov we had in fourth, which he was about fourth at 80 points, and both was leave it at the bottom, and he didn't win the fight. So we both were in agreement with that. The value was a little bit more discrepancy here. We both like Ponzinibbio, Tony a little bit more. I had him as my second highest. Tony had him as his first highest, and he was pretty high scoring at 78 points. Zalal, we both liked. I again liked him a little bit more. Oh no, you didn't like this. You didn't have Zalal. I had Zalal. And my top value guy, he had 40 points again with the victory. He would have got that win bonus. Would have been nice. Went to decision. Could have eked that out. We both like Puelles. I liked him as my third. Tony liked him as his fifth. I was high on Trinado because I knew that he wouldn't quit. He wouldn't get finished, so he'd be in the fight all the way through. Tony liked RoboCop. RoboCop pulled it out right there at 76 points. And my 5th was Arroyo. Unfortunately, because Breeze didn't make the walk, he wasn't able to work. He wasn't able to fight either, so that fight didn't happen. Whereas Tony had Puelles down there at 5. So again, we were pretty on point, which we both did pretty well for what we invested into our DraftKings.
Did I have Latifi in there?
You had Latifi too,
Okay,
right?
Yeah.
And he did win.
So I did pretty well with my value.
Right, he won the fight too. You had Walt Harris too, which we all knew what that was. It was either.
That was you knew what you're going to.
So Tony, 4 out of your 5 values hit.
Yeah.
They won hit with the win. I had 3 out of 5.
But on actually my slates, I only had my best lineup was what I say 513, which I placed in 2 contests, but I didn't bring home any good money like you did.
So best lineup, I was actually winning the haymaker going into the main event. All I needed was a low-scoring winner in that fight, 90 points or less. But Herb Dean likes to stop fights early with 1 second left.
Man,
but I still did pretty well. The top lineup was like 604 and change. I ended up with 593.44 0.05 points away from being the second tier winners of that chop.
Yeah, that's rough, man.
But I still, in the haymaker, end up leaving with a few $100s. I posted my my screen on our Twitter, so you want to go to InTheGuard 1, on Twitter. We're there. We kind of see what I did with that lineup. I had a nice little chunk of what I paid. 593 with Tibura, Dolizé, Ponzi, Fiorio, De La Rosa, Puelles. The mistake I had was backing my boy Dolizé and not taking Biggie Boy, right? Those that made that switch, I would have fucking won. I would have won that, and I probably would have been pretty much way off better in the Big Boy as well. 25-13, which you won in the quarter, right?
5-13 in the mini match
with Biggie Boy, Tybura, Fiore, Zalal, and he started pulling. So he still hit 5-13 with 2 losses. So
still cashed.
So again, Tony still cashed. So
we were which is crazy.
Yeah, we were on point for sure in that one. Whiskey and Wages, right? I posted those Friday. I had Levitt and Puelles go to decision at plus 140. That one hit. I had Roman Dolizé at minus 150. I'm pretty sure there's like no way Sarah Puelles would win that fight. And 150 is a decent price, right? So I hit that. And then I had Mason Jones by TKO, and I got robbed of that by Mr. Patrick quitting that fight.
You, Patrick.
And maybe Taglioni not giving the stoppage, right? I got screwed by refs not stopping, and kind of the refs got me in those. But again, I didn't lose it because it ended up being a wash because there was no contest. So it wasn't that bad. Head-to-head, Tony edged me out. Was it I was 6-6 on the night. Tony 8-4.
7-5.
Or 7-5.
Yeah.
So Tony got a little edge. He's 126 and 80 right now, and that puts me at 118 and 86. So I'm 7 behind right now. I'm 7 behind Tony on the all-time 2021 head-to-head picks. But we got a lot of fights to go, including what's coming up next week, right? Big one, pay-per-view time.
UFC
triple main event.
Let's run through it.
Adesanya versus Vettori, UFC 263.
We will be. Are we doing a live stream for this one?
No, we're not going to do a live stream for this one. Connor and Dustin's the one we're going to be doing that live stream for.
July 10th.
But we will be live tweeting. We'll have the podcast, all that stuff. Story of rematches, right?
Rematches.
Back-to-back 2 title rematches. First off, the last style bender, Izzy Adesanya versus the Italian meathead, Marvin Vettori. I think, Eddie, if you've ever watched one of our shows, you know who I got in this one.
Yeah. I think there's a lot of people thinking that Vettori has found a path to victory from what Blachowicz did, but listen, Blachowicz is a much bigger dude.
Much better fighter.
And was able to take this fight down in the center of the octagon. I don't see Vettori doing that. Like, I think Adesanya's going to have the cage to fight off the takedowns that he needs to, and he's going to end up fucking smoking Vettori.
There was a segment in yesterday's card that Dominic was showing one of the times Vettori got Izzy down, and it was
we got the fight.
a single leg that Izzy sprawled well, but his mistake was he went to stand up rather than push the head down, right? Yeah. Little things like that where Vettori got edges that it was a split decision the first time they fought. So there's little edges that I think in all the training that Izzy's had since then, he's not going to make that mistake. He's a purple belt now.
It's also 5 rounds.
Right, it's 5 rounds.
Vettori's gas tank going to be after 3, if he makes it that far.
He's got a decent – I don't think the gas tank to be the issue. Like, we showed that versus Jack, and he showed it versus Holland. He had a gas tank. He was wrestling, grabbing those fights, and especially the Hermanson fight. That Hermanson fight, he did not slow down whatsoever. So I don't think the gas tank is the issue. I think the skill is going to be the issue, and I think Izzy's going to finish him in the 3rd round.
I think he gets it done sooner. I think he's going to do it by the 2nd round, probably.
I mean, I wouldn't be shocked if we get a 1-punch KO and then we go home.
Especially what's going on in his personal life too. He's probably going to channel that. I don't see Israel being affected by that in a negative way.
No.
With his boy getting, the unfortunate circumstances.
murdered.
Yeah, but I think he's going to come out. And coming off that loss to Blachowicz, he's going to be like, look, I'm still fucking creme de la creme.
I mean, he lost to Blachowicz, but he went and fought a bigger fighter, right?
I think he won that fight.
I think he won that fight, and there's an argument that he did. He lost on paper, right? And it was a close fight. It was a close fight against a big fucking champion.
Somebody help me reel Mike back in here real quick.
That was not a close fight.
No, it's a close fight, but he didn't win.
I give him round 3. You don't.
I gave it Blachowicz.
You gave Blachowicz round 3. I gave Izzy round 3. If a different person was sitting in that chair, Izzy might still be undefeated right now. And
it depends on the judge.
It depends who's sitting in that goddamn chair.
It's all about
again, we agree
right?
on rounds 4 and 5. We agree on rounds 1 and 2. It's 3 where we're debating. We're debating 1 round here.
Yeah.
So it was a tight fight against a bigger, stronger champion.
Yeah, but Tory ain't Blachowicz.
No. So again, I think Izzy's going to prove he's still one of the best, if not the best pound for round fighter in the world.
Yeah, I'm going Izzy. Probably second. I'm going second or third round.
I think third round for sure. But Tory might even get a takedown early.
Might get a few.
Like we might see something similar to Sonnen versus Silva 2.
I want to know what the Israel by sub prop is.
Oh, that
plus 1,000.
Do you think Izzy would even attempt the sub?
I don't know. He was training with Galval there for a while.
He's got a purple belt now.
Yeah, he got a purple belt.
But Galval gets slapped in the face and doesn't do anything about it though.
Maybe Galval, gave him a little juice. Yeah,
he better talk to Gordon.
Gordon
ain't fighting no more. Maybe he'll work with Gordon now. Yeah, we know Gordon's got bigger balls. But again, we both got Izzy in this one, and that's not going to change. I will waver in fights. Yeah. I'm not wavering on Izzy.
I'm not going. No, I'm Izzy all day.
All right, let's keep rolling.
I think we're going to disagree on this one.
I don't know.
Figueiredo Moreno 2.
I think it's going to be.
I have been going back and forth on this one for a bit. I don't know where Mike's going with this, but
I have not one bit.
I'm going with Figgy.
I think I'm going Figgy for sure, but I think it's gonna be a dominant performance.
I think Figgy had a lot of issues with that weight cut. He didn't feel good.
It's a big. That's a lot of factors going into this fight. Yeah, they both made a weight cut, but Figgy's weight cut's way bigger than Moreno's in 3 weeks. 3 weeks, right? He did that weight cut twice. Second, there was that low blow. Mm-hmm. You take that low blow out, Figueiredo decisively wins that fight, and we don't even have this fight anymore. Mm-hmm. And I just think that Moreno gave his best fight he ever can get to Moreno.
I think he's going to give it again. I think it's going to be a good fight, but I think Figgy's going to finish him. Like I think the amount of rounds that we get are going to be good, but I think Figgy's going to finish him.
I think he gets a club and sub in either rounds 1 or 2. He knocks him down. Doesn't knock him out.
I'd say 2 or 3, yeah.
I don't think he knocks him out because I don't think you can knock Moreno out. He kind of proved that there. But you can knock him down and leave that neck open for a fucking choke. And I don't care who you are. If Davison Figueiredo gets his arms around your neck, you're going to get choked out.
Yeah.
He's got that fucking boa grip.
No slouch, though, man. That's fucking good.
But I think
Figgy's too big. He's too strong.
And you gave your best possible effort. It wasn't enough.
Yeah. Against maybe Figueiredo was, maybe 7 out of 10 his best, right? He's 7 out of 10.
He wasn't. It wasn't his best shot, and he still should have won that fight.
Yeah, I want my heart wants to go with Moreno.
He's
you gotta love that guy.
He's great. He's awesome. He's
my
tough
head's
as
like
shit.
Figgy's
He's the underdog. Like in the movie, Moreno wins the fight.
And I like Figgy too.
But Figgy would be the bad guy in the movie.
Yeah, but I like Figgy.
Right.
He's a good guy too.
Yeah, for sure.
Fucking cool guy.
He'd cut your hair too.
He'll fucking plow your rice fields as well.
Yeah, there you go. Yeah, with his bull he's pushing, right? You guys got like 7 jobs.
Yeah, he does it all, man.
Yeah, I think Figgy holds on, and then we end up getting Figgy versus Cody. We'll talk about that when that happens. So.
All right, fight I'm looking forward to.
Why?
I mean, I love to see. I do too. I don't think this is gonna be a very good fight.
No, he's gonna be a fucking doctor stoppage from a cut.
Right. I think that's what's gonna happen too.
But you can say that about any fight.
No, he gets stopped almost every fight with a cut.
No, he's not even stopped once.
But he's gonna fucking.
He's only been finished once in his life.
He's gonna get cut.
Yeah,
Edwards is gonna fuck him up.
Dude, I am not. I love seeing Nate Diaz make the walk. I love to hear him on press week. I love to have Nate
Diaz.
I love to see. I'm not surprised, motherfucker.
Okay, yeah.
I'm looking for you. You're taking my shit, motherfucker. Right?
Taking everything I worked for.
Yeah. So
no, I love it.
And have you seen Nate Diaz, his IG recently? He's fucking shredded.
Oh, dude, they do triathlons for fun.
I just hope they don't.
Brothers.
If they don't stop the fight, then Leon Edwards might be in for a long 3 rounds.
Right. It's 5, isn't it? 5?
Bet against my boy.
No,
Nate.
it's 3.
Well, when they first announced this fight, they said it was gonna be 5.
This one's 3.
Are you sure?
Yeah.
Why? Why did they change it?
I don't know. It's not a co-main. It's not a championship.
The whole thing was gonna be the first non-title, non-main event 5-round fight. That's what it was sold at the first time. I never heard they were not gonna do that.
Well, main events are always 5.
Right. But I'm saying it was going to be the first time ever it wasn't a title fight and it wasn't a main event for 5 rounds.
Let's see.
We're looking it up.
We're looking it up.
That was the announcement. If it changed, it changed.
We're going to the trustee
Before it got pushed back, that's where it's going to go to.
You can't trust fucking UFC website.
Right.
It's 5 rounds.
Yeah, because they didn't change it. I know they made that announcement. It's a big announcement. So, again, 5 rounds. The longer it goes, I do think Diaz has a shot to pull off a sub or something.
Especially if you don't get cut.
Because he's not going to – his wind is going to be better.
I would love it if Nate Diaz subs him. I would fucking love it. I just don't think it's going to happen.
If it end up getting – what if a crazy scramble happens and they end up on the floor? I am picking Leon Edwards. I'm actually going to parlay Leon Edwards, so don't get me wrong.
I actually think I'm putting money on Diaz, man. I can't bet against him.
But –
hey, Jody comes through. You guys might want to listen to Jody sometimes. He don't play often, but when he plays, he plays.
Nate Diaz is
I play
game
for
for any
keeps.
fight. But here's why I really lean Edwards in this fight. If you watch the Masvidal fight, Masvidal was fucking Nate Diaz.
Oh,
up.
God, yeah.
And Leon Edwards is a way better striker than Jorge Masvidal. I don't care what happened behind the camera.
Diaz is a 155er, man.
I don't care what happened backstage. That's not a fight, right? They wasn't expecting to get hit. You know, whatever happened. If Leon Edwards and Masvidal hop in the cage, Leon Edwards would fuck him up.
Yeah.
It would fuck him up. So, again, I think Edwards wins this fight, probably going away. I think it's like a 3rd or 4th round finish. Yeah. Probably, again, doctor stoppage is a good call.
If not sooner.
I don't think Diaz ain't going to tap out. Diaz ain't going to say, oh, I can't go on. That's not going to happen, but I think the Jackson's like, no, you can't go no more.
All right, next fight, Damian Maia, Bilal Muhammad.
Damian Maia.
I mean, we know Damian Maia. Damian Maia only has one way
round
to pretty much win this fight.
Right.
That's to get Bilal down and sub him.
But Bilal likes to come forward. And what's the art of jiu-jitsu? Right? The gentle art. You know, don't fight force with force. If he wants to come forward, what if he pulls off a rolling heel hook or some shit like that?
You feel like an Eminarium to throw sand at him?
Right. There is a path there for Maia to pull off something like that. And if it does go to the ground, Maia can sub anybody.
Yeah.
Anybody.
This is a hard one to really call. Like, I'd like to go with, like, your rule age.
Yes. For sure. I mean, I'm going to pick Bilal Muhammad here, but there is a path where Damian Maia gets it. Bilal likes to grapple, too. Like, yeah, he steps forward. He's tough as shit. Like, we saw those leg kicks that Lima was hitting him with. Yeah. As long as you don't poke him in the eye, like you could. He's tough. Maia's gonna be bigger than him.
I think this is the decision for Bilal.
I honestly think Bilal's gonna finish it.
Yeah.
He's old, man.
Yeah, I mean, he was knocked out by
this fight ends in a
Gilbert
finish.
Burns.
I think this fight ends in a finish. Either Maia catches him and kind of sub, or Bilal knocks him out.
That's a tough fight.
I'm going to go with Bilal. Because, again, I got my rule.
Yeah, I got to go with Bilal.
The old man. I'm never going to pick the guy over 40. Yeah. There's got to be a good fucking reason.
So one more here on the main card.
Like, I'll pick Stipe. You know?
All right. Paul Craig versus Jamal.
And Jamal Hill's a big favorite here.
Yeah.
Surprised me.
Well, again, like this it's almost the story of the fight before, right? We have Paul Craig, whose path we know what that is. Can he get this fight to the ground and tap Jamal Hill? We haven't seen Jamal Hill in a grappling situation, right?
I mean, OSP couldn't get him down.
I don't know if he can't do it. I'm not saying he can't, but we don't know. We don't have the footage. We don't have the evidence of what he does on the ground. We don't know.
And we always know every fight starts on the feet.
Yeah, and Jamal Hill on the feet
he's got a big reach.
Class. Yeah, he's huge. He's tall, lanky, and he's got fucking knockout
but it's
power.
Like sometimes grappling, man. It's the fucking.
But we know Craig does get hit.
Yeah, we do.
We've seen him get knocked out,
and we know when he gets subs, it's from him getting his ass beat. Then he gets a sub from nowhere. Like, okay.
I think heads up picks. Obviously, you stay safer. I think Jamal Hill wins this fight, but I will be playing some Paul Craig and some DraftKings. I may look at a sub prop, right? Put a sprinkle on it because if Paul Craig wins this fight, it's going to be by submission.
I don't think this fight goes the distance.
Right.
At all.
Maybe fight does not finish is a good bet to put in this one as well. I'm leaning Jamal Hill for sure.
I'm gonna go straight pick. I'm gonna go the Bear Jew to get a sub.
All right.
And that's not a far. I don't think it's a crazy pick either.
Yeah.
I don't. Yeah. Again, I'm gonna play some Paul Craig. So
quickly run through these real quick.
Yeah, let's run through the undercard.
I think this one's gonna be Drew Dober all day.
Should we just do straight picks, not break it down too much?
Yeah, Drew Dober all day. The grappling's be too much.
Yeah,
Riddell's great against anybody who can't wrestle.
I'll go Drew Dober.
All
right.
right.
A little bit tougher.
Rematch.
Anders was beating the fuck out of Darren Stewart. Then we had it was
knee.
It was like the week after the Aljo knee, right?
Yeah.
Anders looked really good. I think I'm gonna pick him. I'm gonna go back and forth a few times in this fight, but I'm leaning Anders.
I'm going Anders.
All right, let's keep going. Lauren Murphy.
I cannot pick against JoJo.
Who loses to Valentina next?
Yeah,
That's what this
pretty
fight
much
is.
what it is. But I like JoJo, Joanne Calderwood.
Again, playing the game, right? I think this is a 50-50 fight. I'm gonna go with Lauren Murphy just because of that.
I just love I love her accent.
I got to make up some ground. I mean, no, JoJo's a
Scott.
great fighter. She was supposed to
She's
fucking
sweet.
fight
She's
Valentina until Maya came through and ruined that, right?
Yeah.
So again,
I can appreciate her fancy
side tattoo?
tattoos.
Yeah, dude, she's awesome.
the little trash.
She's got a
polka.
pretty funny Instagram.
No,
too.
this would be a fun fight, honestly. I'm just gonna go Murphy because again, I think it's a toss up, and I need to make up some ground.
All right.
I like JoJo.
Where did my...
Got a little crush on JoJo.
There it
I like
is.
the accent.
I
Who's
do.
the other
I
one? Was
fucking
it Reese
love
McKee?
that accent.
Was it Reese McKee the other one?
I don't know who it is.
Movsar Ovalev, right? Undefeated man out of Russia. Kind of well-rounded.
Hakeem.
Kind of a good, well-rounded fighter. I like Hakeem
I
Dawood
like
in this fight. He's an
Hakeem
underdog
Dawood.
pick. Evelev is a solid fighter, but he's not
Yeah.
a world beater, right?
No.
He's good.
And Hakeem has beat guys like him.
Right. Well, his last fight, who was the Khabib's boy?
Takugov.
Turkulov, yeah. Same deal. And Khabib's boy was running away thinking he had a decision. That would have got that fight. So I'm going with Mean Hakeem.
Yeah. I'm all over
right.
Mean Hakeem. Put
Early
some respect on his
prelims.
name.
Who are we going to hear?
Alexis Davis.
Yes, we're actually in agreement on this one.
Yes.
I like Penny. I kind of got a little weird crush on her too.
Yeah.
But
She's cute.
But I think Davis is gonna wrestle fuck her.
Yeah, I think so.
Penny has some grappling holes, and I think
Alexis Davis got that experience edge.
right.
All right.
Frivola.
Very similar to the last fight Davis had.
Yeah.
Frank Camacho, Matt
This one is tough for
Frivola.
me.
This is a hard one, too, 'cause you don't know
Matt
what
Frivola's a fucking monster.
Yeah,
though,
you don't
man.
know what Camacho's going to show up. He's got some heavy hands and
So
shit.
is Matt though. Matt is
Yeah.
a fucking brawler.
I'm going for Vola.
I am too the steamroller on that one.
All right. Next,
Since
Chase
Bob-
Hooper.
Dude, I cannot bet against fucking Columbus. Man.
Pearson
I'm
is
going Chase Hooper.
Peterson's a huge favorite.
I know.
A huge favorite. I'm leaning.
He just wants to be
Peterson.
Ocho Cinco so bad.
I'm
doesn't
leading
he?
Peterson, but again, we're talking about DraftKings and maybe a sub prop for Hooper. Some very similar to the Hill and Craig situation here.
Yeah.
I lean Peterson, but I'm gonna be playing some Hooper and DraftKings
Chase.
for sure.
Why is his nickname the Train?
He's fucking basically go baby Ben. That should be his nickname.
Yeah, Baby Ben or fucking Baby Ben Columbus or fucking.
I
you
watched
know?
Zombieland the other
Yeah,
day.
it's
It's
fucking
fucking
great
awesome.
movie. Two's even better. Have you seen two?
I like to, yeah.
Two's great.
I don't know if it's better. I like it though.
I think this fight goes like this: about a round and a half, 2 rounds. Hooper gets the shit beat out of him, and he
catches-
subs him.
Yeah. Well,
Like classic
who
fucking
knows?
Hooper.
Hooper's 22 years old. What is it?
Maybe knocks him out. What's the KO
Who knows
prop?
how his training's going
What's
right
the
now?
KO
Man,
prop?
he's still learning about life.
Spinning back fist.
Right. I might just do a Hooper sprinkle on that and a sub prop. So
Hooper
we'll
Donkey
see.
Kongs him.
But yeah, I'm leaning Peterson again, playing the game maybe on that one.
All right.
I think we're in agreement on this one.
Another weird one where
Smile killer.
Zion is the
smile
favorite.
killers.
It's
I
funny.
am.
He just made me smile with that name.
I'm going Vendramini.
So am I.
He shook off his ring rust. He showed that his injury wasn't a factor, and he smoked fucking. Who was it last time out?
The Italian stallion straight out of Brazil.
Ayari. He smoked Ayari.
Let's see
Ayari,
here.
I think he smoked. Knocked him out.
Yeah.
Yep. Yeah, I'm gonna go with Vendramini here.
Yeah, I'm leaning that way as well. I don't know how Zame's the fucking favorite.
Yeah, I don't know.
All right. We got
This is
first fight of the night.
This is
Carlos
some hosses.
Felipe.
In a battle of heavyweights,
What do
there
we
should
call
be
these?
middleweights.
Yeah, middleweights, light heavyweights at the most. God, and Jake Collier used to look like Jake Matthews, like identical, like
Right.
great shape, fucking fit.
He still got that middleweight skill too, right? He still
Yeah,
has his
he's
hands. But
fast
Felipe is
hands.
not a slouch. Like
No, he's good too.
this is gonna be a stand-up fight, right? They're gonna be throwing hands.
This may be a fight that goes to decision.
I could see that going that way because neither one really has
The power,
true knockout
at
power.
heavyweight, yeah.
Felipe is the favorite, right?
But then again, Felipe is the favorite,
Right.
yeah, considerable favorite, I think.
I think I'm gonna lean Felipe, but I want to look at some more tape. But I'm leaning Felipe.
I'm going Jake Collier, the prototype.
I mean, I might end up picking him by the end of the week, so we'll see. I gotta break down film. Tony sees my numbers I crunch, so we'll see.
All right, and that's it for UFC 2.
Should be a fun one, right? We'll be live. We'll be
This'll
live
be a
tweeting
good-
the fight, right?
good
Me and
one.
Tony be getting drunk in the same room this time. Pay-per-views we get together, throw down, have some fun. Again, we're not gonna do the live stream this one, but come that 263,
This is 260.
264,
264.
Poirier Connor, we will be live in
Is that
studio.
Ortega and Volk too?
I think so. So we'll be live in studio for that one. So get your fucking put it in your iCalendar right now, so it reminds you that we're gonna be live that day doing our podcast.
All right, let's move on to some of the drama of the week or news, MMA news.
Right about
Paulo
now.
Costa coming off his loss thinks he deserves more
We
money.
got Costa still hung over from all that wine he
So
drank.
is Costa trying to campaign to fight Jake Paul? Is that what he's doing now?
I mean, I think he smokes either one of the Paul brothers, and I would
I
love
don't
to
think
see
so.
Maybe.
He's
young.
He's a
too-
banger, dude.
Oh, man.
I mean,
He's a big motherfucker too, dude.
Dude. So, Yoel Romero fights either of the Paul brothers.
Who do you think wins?
Right.
Paul brothers.
No, come on.
Dude, it's 2 against 1.
Either one of them.
I think he could beat both of them at the
There's
same
a
time.
possibility in that one too.
You meant one at a time. Okay.
Either one, he said. Not even the same night. But again, I don't know what's going on with this fucking guy. Is he ever gonna fight again?
Yeah, because he's out. The fight's off.
Dude, I think he's done. I think he's mentally done.
What did I say?
He's broke.
Against Canyoneer,
He got
he's out.
Because Cannoneer knocked the fucking lights out, man.
He got knocked out, humiliated, and raped in that Izzy fight. So I saw somebody tweeted him on Twitter. It was like, hey, Pola, that baby should be due any moment now, right? And he said, what baby? And someone showed a picture of Izzy humping him in the ass. It was the fucking funniest thing ever. But yeah, first from the wine excuses to now he said he didn't even sign that fight.
I think he's scared he's going to get knocked out again.
That, again, you lose that 0. Some people lose that 0, and they can't bounce back from that, especially that late. It's better. A lot of people, like, say a guy like Kamaru Usman. He lost his first fight early as fuck, got it out of his system. Back in the day, George St. Pierre, Anderson Silva, even John Jones's loss was
It's
way
got to
early
be
in his
hard
career,
to shake
right?
that off, though, right? Like, you trust your chin, but then all of a sudden you can't trust it.
Well, but if you've already made the climb to the main event and then you lose, what the fuck? That's crazy. Now, if you're climbing up, like you're starting out and you lose a fight, all right, back to the drawing board. I got to change something. I'm working anyway. I'm getting better. But if you've already fought your way all the way to the top, it's a bigger fall than if you're down here and you get that loss. Yeah. So a guy like Costa, who knows? And I don't think he's that mentally tough because you saw what Izzy did to him. And not just the physical, faster leg kicks. He had him fucked up in the head. He had him. He was all.
That looked like. Yeah.
It was the most
It
one-sided.
wasn't even a close fight.
And it was all because of the mental game. Yeah, Izzy can strike, but he had Costa so mad he wanted to talk shit, even though he was getting his ass beat. So he crushed him mentally, and it's kind of showing.
Right. Well, so that fight is off on August
Go down
21st.
Go down a little bit. That fucking Vittoria picture's the best.
I want that shirt, though. That's just kind of
It's an outfit. The shorts
dope,
look
dude.
exactly
It's an
the same.
outfit.
I like it.
Well, it was right up your alley.
I like that lion shit. That's
All right. So that
If I had to
fight's
be a
off.
tiger, I'm
We'll
more into
talk about
tigers,
it in a
but-
minute.
The Tigre.
Let's talk about TUF.
TUF is
Season
back, yeah.
Of TUF is
Andre
out. TUF 29. I actually
Petrosky.
watched this.
Andre Petrovsky looks like he's going to be a fucking factor on that Tough House show. It was the first pick of Brian Ortega.
Yeah.
Went up against Alaska FC's own. What was the guy's name?
Mike's favorite.
I love the pick
That's
on
you should
some.
go do your amateur fight.
I might go to Alaska to do my. I'm thinking about doing an
Guaranteed
amateur fight soon, guys. So I might go up to Alaska FC and
You
do
should
it.
board that Alaskan cruise in
I
California.
watch a lot- look,
see some icebergs.
I watch a lot of YouTube fights, watching film. So I am ready compared to what this guy just said. Right?
Right,
He Aaron Phillips.
Aaron Phillips.
Aaron Phillips said he learned to fight on YouTube. Was a wrestler. He did have a wrestling background. I have a jiu-jitsu background, right?
Yeah.
So I got that background. So Petrovsky beat the fuck out of this guy, right? It was one side. It was cool to kind of meet the crew. We got the bantamweights and the middleweights, the wrestling credentials. Petrovsky looks like a guy who's going to be in the UFC fighting one day. And he's going to be
He's
a
got
factor.
great grappling. Yeah.
Whether he wins tough, we know it's a weird tournament. It's those 2-round fights. You got to think that weight cut. It's all done like in 4 weeks. So that's why a lot of weird stuff could happen. But no matter what happens in this tournament, Petrovsky's going to be in the UFC fighting for sure.
You don't really want to judge the season too soon, but it is kind of a little bit dull, though, a little bit.
It was introduction day, though.
Yeah,
You
you got to give it a few more.
They're not sick of each other yet.
They got to warm up.
They're still being cordial.
There's some beef being built
Right.
now, so it's okay.
Yeah, they're still being cordial,
Especially
though.
since Volk's talked some shit on the JRE podcast.
Yeah, Volk needs to fucking get a tank top that fits him, though, right?
Yeah.
Someone told him he's
But also, Ortega got a point, right? It's like you talk all that shit, but you got nothing to back it up.
Right.
Like you can't even give a reason why you don't like me.
right, and that's being a grappler. Some of
If I could
those
fuck
sugar
this- if I could
sugar
fuck this old
skull.
lady.
Yeah, he's breaking fucking MMA fans' hearts, Brian Ortega, right? That's why they want him to lose because he's fucking Tracy Cortez.
Yeah.
But
Lucky bastard.
those sugar skull fucking grappling shorts that he had, I was like, oh, give me a pair of those for fucking when we roll. But yeah, it's fun. I love TUF. And I'm sure a lot of people around our age really got into the UFC, but when TUF came around, 'cause that's when it blew up. It's really brought the reason it's on ESPN right now is that TUF show really brought it to the mainstream, legitimized the sport to the average person.
Forrest Griffin, Stephen Bonner.
Yeah, I like that they kind of stepped away for a while, right? And this did seem less reality TV and more focused on the fighting / training,
sure
and that's what I hope. And the great thing, no commercials.
Yeah.
Right. Watching it, I felt like that hour show should be a half-hour show. There's so much fluff and bullshit.
Well, with no
in
commercials, especially, right?
It's 47 minutes or whatever, without commercials. But I still felt like it was way too long.
Yeah, it didn't seem. Well, I think also the beginning was just more, hey, I'm this guy.
Well, there's 10 minutes of flashback of all the TUF seasons, and then yes, it's the first one. We got to get into everybody's story and all that bullshit. I just really want to see some fights. I want to see the coaches doing their thing and some fights. I don't really give a shit about.
Let's give it time. Look,
sure.
we got to get him on the pad.
I'm gonna watch all of them.
We got to get him on the pod, right? But I'm good friends with Shoney Carter, who was on, I think it was TUF 3, one of the early TUFs, and they don't have no telephones, no TV. They have a list of stuff that they can ask Dana White for. I don't know if it's changed how much, but I guarantee there's
alcohol. You can get alcohol.
Right. So they just got in the house. It's all I'm on TUF. I'm in the house. I'm training with these pros. This is cool, badass house. But soon they're gonna get sick of each other. They're gonna get sick of seeing. They're driving to the training.
Just
they're driving to.
What is it? 12 of them? How many of them are there?
Yeah, I think 12.
Just 12 dudes in one house. It's fucking gross.
And you're riding to the fight with your opponent.
Right.
You're in the same fucking van, same church van. Right. They're riding to the fights.
Everybody else is talking about the fight.
Right. Yeah. Give them some time to start hating each other.
Right. Yeah, well, that'll be fun. All right, so TUF season. Watch every Tuesday night, I believe it is.
Tuesday nights
on ESPN Plus.
8 p.m. Central Time.
Right.
9 p.m. Eastern.
And
6 p.m. Pacific.
And it's also, you can stream it.
Right.
It's
on ESPN Plus.
Yeah, so it's on ESPN Plus. So if you can't watch it, you don't have to worry about DVR or nothing like that.
Mike's gonna have to add this to his OnlyFans. Jessica Andrade.
All these fighters, these OnlyFans. I'm gonna be fucking broke. Luckily, I'm winning some money on DraftKings, right? So I can pay for these motherfuckers. Hey.
Motherfucker still paying interest on Jessica Ivel twice.
Yeah, I financed that one. I'm still trying to see her fucking. I got half a nip.
Yeah.
Fucking. So many people out there went out of their way ill, gross. Hey, if I saw a picture of Aunt Jessica Andrade naked, I wouldn't be too sad.
Unattractive.
No,
God,
not at all.
Seeing people
and I'm all for it. Look, if a woman wants to go and fucking get paid to show off her fucking tits, do that shit. Do that shit.
Why not?
What's wrong with that?
Nothing
wrong with that.
Oh, here she is with some guns. She got her guns with her
she
guns.
got a little fucking little bits up top. And she's not a bad looking chick.
No. If that hair
fuck
was
you
out,
up.
Yeah. Yeah.
That's the appeal.
She'll tap you then shoot you.
All right. So sign up for.
Is that dating?
I don't know.
Who's that?
That's what's her name? She fought in the first fight back with the fans. She beat the fuck out of the opening fight. That was
Arian
crazy.
Sorososo.
No, it's something with a C. No, Carmelo.
Canal Combat.
No, her name is. That's probably her nickname.
Yeah.
It's something with a Carnelosi.
Carnelosi, yeah.
Oh.
Yeah.
I'd watch.
I'd watch that OnlyFans.
Yeah, I'd watch them fucking munch. Why not?
Oh my god. I'm sending this to your wife.
She knows how fucked up I am. It's not. She's known me for a fucking decade. She knows who the fuck I am.
Well, so Tito Ortiz.
Talking about fucking munching and cam sodas.
Also, Tito Ortiz, he's stepping down from the Huntington Beach.
He already did.
Yeah, he got stepped down from his political thing, and now he was offered $100,000 to fight two opponents simultaneously.
When guys like Tito Ortiz get elected, it makes you question democracy, right? Maybe we shouldn't let the people decide this stuff.
You get the Terminators as governors.
The question here is they only offered him $100,000. This is Tito Ortiz. Maybe $1 million. I could go all right. I think he commands.
You can handpick his opponents
$100,000.
though.
Yeah, but you're fighting two.
I know what I pick. Hezbollah and Abu. That's who I'd fucking pick. Let's go.
He get heel hooked, bro.
Fuck it. You still get $100,000.
Both heels hooked.
I love it. Heel nibbles. The heel nibbles.
Heel nibbles.
Fucking
gnawing. Imagine Evan rolls on those little shits.
You can't pull out, dude. Come on, with those legs. There's no MR heroes going on. That is not happening with those legs. Let's be real. I love me. Now, Hasbulla might rock his ass.
There's a fucking Sound of Silence like rendition of fucking Hasbulla where fucking the other dudes, Abdu's fucking saying like nobody likes you in Dagestan, they don't respect you, they're making memes of you, and it's like Hasbulla being all sad. It's so fucking funny.
Hey, we gotta get Hasbulla on the show. I gotta find a way to get him on the podcast.
Hasbulla Magomedov, where you at?
Where you at? Hey, well, I'm talking about you smashing.
Assalamu alaikum. Come to Chicago.
Let's go. Let's go.
Well, so the question is Tito's offered $100,000. What are the other fighters making?
I thought that said cum
$100.
Cum soda for a second. I'm like, what's cum soda?
Cam soda, the fucking. You don't watch much porn.
Is that how he gets his hair bleached?
It's one of those fucking like live cam fucking.
It's like
porn
live
sites.
OnlyFans, right?
Basically, yeah.
So it is how he gets his hair bleached. Cum soda.
I mean, he's got a family in the porn industry, right? He was
Dude,
married to Jenna.
Jay
They're
was
married.
For how long?
I think
They were married.
separated.
I beat the shit out of her
Yeah.
too.
The shit out of her. She was
Allegedly.
Allegedly.
We gotta say that allegedly. But yeah, I mean, they're still, you know, he got it in. He knows the business, right?
Right. All right, let's keep going. Since
Too much whiskey.
Not enough whiskey.
this,
Of course, my
one-
man steps up.
Kosa out. Gastelum, man. He don't care.
In the last 3 years, I went from not being able to stand Kelvin Gastelum to loving him.
I love
To
Kelvin
love,
Gastelum.
like I'm saying, like he.
And the dude's 28, man. He's
and-
fought everybody.
And like he.
from
that is-
TUF, by the way.
From
Yeah,
TUF,
from
yeah,
TUF,
TUF alum.
yeah.
He won TUF against Uriah Hall.
yeah.
The first ever live
And
TUF.
remember, Dana was like, Gaslam was the last pick on that show, too.
Right. Gastelum was last pick.
It's like Tom Brady, bitch.
And Uriah Hall was everyone's favorite toy that season too, because he was fucking head kicking people's face off.
Yeah.
But ever since that Izzy fight, one of the greatest fights I've watched. Right, that was an awesome co-main for that interim middleweight title. And since then, he's just been he hasn't won every fight, obviously, but he's been fighting the cream of the crop, stepping up on short notice and putting on performances.
And you can argue that he's fighting a weight class above where he should be.
Two.
Yeah.
He should be a fucking lightweight.
And he's hanging.
He should be a lightweight. He's a
just
big.
said.
He's
Clay Guida's on that card.
What?
the
Mark
carpenter.
Madsen.
Another guy we got to
He's
try to
fighting
get
Mr. Clean.
on here. Yeah. Is this a fight,
Parker Porter's fighting
Parker
Chase.
Porker.
Oh, we got William Knight.
Parker Porter can't call him Porker anymore. That motherfucker's getting lean.
Parker Porter, yeah.
He's getting fucking
Chase Sherman. That's interesting.
looking good and shit. Losing my Jesse Strader, my boy. Jesse Strader
So-
got a heavy left hand. He lost to what's his name? What was his name? Tall dude.
We saw him fight once. I know
Yeah,
that
he was a
Jesse
short
Sherman.
lotus night against Ford, is it?
Oh.
Well, so
Big dude, big ass dude for bantamweight, tall as fuck. Was on the Contender Series.
is he ranked?
No,
No. Okay.
we could look up Strader Chapology if we want. But again, I was really high on him because he has a heavy left
Yeah.
hand.
Well, so is Gaslam winning this fight?
No,
I think it's a fight he could win.
I think he could win, but I don't think he's going to.
Yeah.
I think Kenny Neer's going to rock him and put him out.
All right, let's keep rolling with it. Roy Jones is a little pissed. He says he hasn't gotten his full
Are
pay
we
from
shocked?
from company Triller.
So
Montel Jackson.
Montel Jackson. I thought it was Ford. I was going to say Montel Ford. Who the fuck is Montel Ford? But, yeah, are we shocked? Like when carnies fucking scam you? Are you that shocked when you get scammed? You get scammed by a carny, like it's shame on you, not on them.
Right.
Like Triller was a fucking shit show. We talked about it, right? The meth circus going on. And obviously they didn't get paid.
What happened to not being able to be moved, touched, or rocked?
Yeah.
Come on, Roy Jones, man.
Come on.
Well, I
Body
mean,
head, body head, body head.
there's a reason that fucking Jake Paul left them quick. Without hesitation.
Well, I'm sure that he didn't get all of his money either.
That's what I'm saying. Like if he was making the money he thought he was gonna make, why would he go to Showtime where he really can't do any fuckery? Showtime's not gonna put on any nonsense like Triller's gonna put on, all the crazy stuff that he did.
Do you think Showtime's going to give him the same like pay-per-view deals, or like you think he's going to? Let's say he made whatever $30 million on the Triller fight, which is what he's claiming. Is Showtime going to pay him anywhere near that amount of money?
Well, Triller probably promised him $30 million. Showtime probably promised him 10, but they're actually gonna give it to him.
right.
That's what I think there's a reason he jumped ship so fast. If you're making $30 million a fight, you don't need to go nowhere else. You don't need to jump. And I know Showtime's not gonna give him 50.
right.
Like Floyd wouldn't get 50 if he went to Showtime.
I mean, I think boxing.
Floyd
needs
was
the
himself,
fucking-
you know? He
I think
doesn't-
boxing needs the circus act. So, like, who else really watch? I mean,
No, boxing needs to go away from this.
is that fight going on?
Boxing
right
needs to take It's the Logan Paul Mayweather probably going on right now.
No, I'm watching the undercard.
So is Ocho Cinco fighting yet?
No, it's Hurd.
Ocho Cinco's fighting.
Yeah,
Chad Johnson.
Chad Johnson. Yeah.
Oh my fucking god.
Yeah, he might be solid. Who knows?
I think the Johnson fight did happen. That was the first fight.
But again, the trailer was a travesty. And then watching it was like the worst weird concerts popping up out of nowhere. You got Bieber. I think it's going to come out again. Triller is going to be the next Netflix documentary, like Firefest. Yeah. That's the vibes I got from Triller. It was Firefest for sure. So Roy should go. Nobody even knows who owns them, right? Like, it's kind of like a mystery backer.
Yeah, it's a little bit.
Triller.
Of that, for sure.
It's Dana. It's Dana.
Yeah, it could be. That'd be fun.
I don't know if this is happening or not.
This got to happen.
Kamaru Usman versus Covington 2. I thought it got announced.
I think it got internet announced. Like the internet kind of heard whispers, and they ran it out before it was signed and sealed. I think that's what went down.
The Nigerian-born champion feels even Michael Chiesa is even more deserving of a title shot, despite Chiesa being ranked.
I think that's all it is to piss Kobe off.
Yeah, there's no fucking Covington's better than Chiesa.
He's number 3rd ranked, the number 2 ranked guy. He lost his last fight.
Outside of, you gotta give it to Usman. He broke his fucking jaw, but fucking Kobe that was one of my favorite fights.
Usman is basically clean out the division, so everyone's getting their second time through, right? Except for Wonder Boy, and I was saying, Wonder Boy. Yeah, I want to see him fight Wonder Boy too, but Wonder Boy's got a fight coming up. Yeah. If Wonder Boy beats Gilbert Burns, he'll get that next shot after Kobe. Kobe's the guy in line right now. If you look at the standings, the rankings, who's got to fight, who doesn't got to fight. That's the fight to make. And if you want to sell fucking pay-per-views, Usman, I know you're getting points on pay-per-views, right? You're a big star now. Kobe's the guy you want to fight because no one's going to fucking care about Michael Chiesa.
Yeah.
No one's going to care about. We're going to watch it. We got to watch it because it's what we do.
Don't count.
We'll watch any fucking fight. But we watch fucking Rosenstruck and Sakai. But if you want to make some fucking money, Kamaru seems like he's a guy who wants to accumulate as much funds as possible before he skates off into the sunset, right? Book that fucking fight. You're going to win that fight. It's a tough fight. You're going to struggle. It's probably the hardest fight in the division for him, I think, because of the way Kobe is with his energy and his pace. But make that fucking fight and get that big check.
Yeah, knocked out Masvidal, your confidence got to be
Get that check. Get that fucking check. Kobe's not going to out-wrestle you, and your hands have looked amazing the last 2 fights. Mm-hmm. Your hands have...
Yeah, you can win this fight every way.
Everywhere. Right. Go for it. It's going to be hard. It's going to be a tough fight. You may have to go to decision for it, but go get that money. You're going to get paid. It's going to be your biggest check you're going to get in UFC.
There's nobody
unless you go and fight Izzy or you get the Khabib fight.
Well, I think that really wraps us up. Oh, did we talk about Paul Felder retiring?
We kind of talked about it.
We talked about it last week. Yeah. Okay. All right. Well, then next week is going to be the great set of fights, 263. 263.
We're getting there. We're getting close. Everybody wants that Dustin Connor. We're almost there.
It's almost there. It's almost red panty night.
All right, everybody. Be sure to like and subscribe. And
we're bound to get some comments after this episode.
We went off the rails a little bit. Hopefully you enjoyed it.
All right. We'll see you next week.
Later.